What's up everyone, I'm the Hommeyosh and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm making a quick update to my damage and health bar system video. You can see when I press the F key, my health is depleted and my health bar goes down. I'll be building off this system to bring you further videos in the future. With that said, let's jump into the Unreal Editor. Okay, in the editor here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder by right clicking in the middle of nowhere, basically on the outside here. Just right click. So I got my new folder. I'm going to hit F2 and I'm going to call it UI. Okay, so I'm going to go into that folder and I'm going to create a blueprint class, and I'm going to look for HUD, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight HUD, and I'm going to hit select, and I want to call this master HUD. Okay, next we are going to make a UI widget. So we're going to go to inputs, wait, not inputs, user interface, and we're going to make a widgets, user widget. Okay, in this one we're going to call game widget. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to Control C. And then I'm going to Control D. So I'm going to call this one health bar widget. Okay, so we got health bar widget and master hub. Okay, game widget, health bar widget, master hub. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go out into the viewport here, and under world settings, I'm going to look for the game mode. And where it says under game mode, you'll find HUD class, and let's change that to master HUD. Okay, so then we're going to go under our, let's make sure that's saved. We're just going to save that. So then we're going to go into our character blueprints, which is the BP third person character. And if you look, you would have different blueprints in here if you're using the same blueprints as a third person. You can follow along with any other character character you have. But I want to go on top, actually go to the bottom here, just right below here. And what I want to do is I want to make two new variables, and I want to make sure that they are floats. So we're going to call the first variable is going to be health. Okay, then I'm going to hit Control D, and what I'm going to do is get rid of that and call this max health. Okay, so we got health and max health. So let's just compile that, and let's go ahead and change the value. So under your details, all the way at the bottom of the defaults here, change that 0.0 to 0.1. And do the same thing with your max health. 0.1. Okay, so the reason for the 0.1 instead of 100 is, actually I have that wrong, just 1 instead of 0.1. 1's 100%. Computer cancel. Sorry, I had my alarm go off. 1 is 100%. Anything under 1 would be like under 10, so 100s would be in the 10th place, so 99, and then it would be 0.99. Say take 90%, left over would be 0.9, so it just moves down by percents, and that's why we're just doing 1.0. So we'll just compile that and save. And what we're going to do next is we're going to bring in the health. We're going to get health, and we're also going to bring in the max health. We're going to get max health, so we're going to use that somewhere over here. And what I want to do is underneath that I want to do an event, and the event is going to be any damage. So we find it, event any damage. And what I want to do is off of health I want to minus, so we're going to subtract, and off of the event any damage we're going to up that into the 0.0, Okay, then we're going to get a copy of, no, we're going to use the max health. And what I want to do is off the max health, I'm going to get a clamp float. But I don't want the value to be max. I want the value to be off of the subtraction. And the max health would be under the max. So we just switch those around real quick. Okay, so now that's done, I want to set a health. So I bring in the health and we set it. So the return value off the clamp float is going to go into the health, and then we'll just go ahead and take the output of event any damage and put it into the set health. All right, so we're good there. We're going to go down to the below all of this. I'd like to go ahead and comment this out. Just health system. Okay, and below the health system here, so let's just change this to green. Looks good. Actually, so inside the health system, we're gonna do a custom. So just type the word custom and you'll see add custom event. What I'm gonna call this is update health. Okay, so we got our update health. Let's actually get no spaces at all in update health. So let's give it a space there. Okay. So what I'm going to do in update health, first actually I'm going to under event dispatchers, I'm going to create a new event, and I'm going to call this new event on damage health. So bring that back. You can call it whatever you want. I want to make sure these can be seen. Okay, so I want to bring in that new dispatcher, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to call on it. So after set health, we're gonna update health. Okay, so we're gonna save that. So we want to go in. The next thing we want to do is go into the main hub, and we want to go into. Now inside the master hub, just want to get rid of these so you can call them later if you need them, but we want the event begin play, and we want to create a new widget. Okay, and we want the widget class as the game widget. So under owning player, we want to get player controller. Okay, I'll just slide that over here. Now we want to promote the return value of the widget. Let's promote that to a variable, and I want to call that variable game widget. Okay, I like to open it up a little bit. Now after game widget, we want to add to viewport. Let's tighten this up a little bit. And then we just go ahead and compile and save. Okay, so now master HUD. Now we want to go down here to our content browser. We got the health bar widget. We want to go in there. And the first thing we want to do is we want to add a canvas. So we just drag that out. And the second thing we want is a progress bar. And we go ahead and drag that in. Anchor that to the side here. Stretch that out. You can size it what you want. And I'll change the color to a nice red. And now it's more like pink. Okay, I'll make that up a little bit more. So as the percent goes up to 1. Okay, so we'll compile and save. And let's go into the graph. And under event pre-construct, we'll move that up. We want to cast a third-person character. Third-person character. And under object, you want to get player character. Put that over here. And we want to promote these to variables. And then we leave it as alone. That's our player character, third person. And I want to go back into the designer. Actually, I forgot to name this as progress bar health bar. So we can identify it. Let's go ahead and compile and save. Go back into the graph editor. So now we got two variables here. We got the third person blueprint and we got a progress health bar. Okay, great. So now under the event construct, what I want to do is I want to drag in the third person. I want to get and drag in the health bar, and I want to get both of those. Move them down underneath a little bit. So under progress health bar, I want to set percent. So we'll go ahead and plug that into the event construct. Okay, so under blueprint third person character, we want to get the health. Okay, so we're going to plug that into the percent. Okay, so I'm going to get another, I'm going to hit Control D under the third person character. Oh, we didn't want that. What we want is a bind event to the on health damage that we created inside the blueprint character. So we get, did I put an L there? No, we want to bind event, the on damage. Oh, there it is, on damage health. So we're going to bind that. We're going to connect that to the set percent. And from the bind event, we're going to go up the event graph here, and we're going to update bar. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to create a custom event, and we're going to call it update bar. That's what we're going to do. So let me go to custom. Here's my custom event. Update. Okay, so there's our event. Okay, so I want to get another progress bar here. Let me move this down. I'm going to click on progress bar, go down where I need them, hit Control D to duplicate. And under the third person, I'm going to click on the third person and I'm going to bring that in as well. So I'm going to hit Control D. Okay, so now off of the progress bar, I'm got the progress health bar variable. I want to get a set percent. Okay, so we got the set percent, and I want to plug that into the update bar. Okay, so now under the third person character, I want to get another health. So we get health and add it into the percent there. Let me compile and save. So now I'm going to go into the game widget. And in the designer, what we want to do is get a canvas. And then we get our health bar. So we just drag in our health bar. File and save. Now, as you can see, there we got our health bar, we got our damage system set up. Now we just need to activate it. So I'm going to go back into the third person blueprint here. Okay, so right beside where we have our damage, I want to do test damage. So I'm going to do the, I'm going to hit key and F. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Left click, key, and I'm going to F to get the F key. And off of the F key, I want to apply damage. So apply damage. Okay, so we're going to apply the damage once we get to F. So the damage actor is going to be self. We'll get a reference to ourself. The number of damage I found was 0.1 was the best. And damage causer will be self. Okay, and under event inspector, we want to get player controller. Okay, there we go. We gotta go into self and damage. Now, if you also want to add, you can sometimes to test it, make sure everything's working. Play sound at location, and sometimes you have like little assets and stuff. Okay, that's good. We'll just put that in there. This is just temporary, so you can test everything. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and I'm going to hit F. And as you see, every time I hit F, his damage goes down and the percent bar moves down with them. Alright, so that's it. In the next video, I'll be adding a death system with ragdoll, a respawn system, and a damage collision. So thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on more tips and tricks. Until next time, stay inspired and always keep creating.